Good morning, everybody. Wayne Bolden. I'm here at the SpeedKing channel, of course. And big weekend coming up. 5 stake races out there at Belmont at Aqueduct. Some really nice races there. The Valsburg, which is a Breeders' Cup winning you in. We have a strong opinion Godolphin-wise there. I believe Nash is in that race, so we're really high on him. And out at Santa Anita, of course, you know, Santa Anita's got 5 greatest stake races out there, all mostly on the turf, and 2 Breeders' Cup winning you win. The Goodwood, which another Godolphin runner is out there for sure. And we're gonna, yeah, that's First Mission is out there in the Goodwood and the City of Hope. So big weekend coming up. For sure, just between Santa Anita and Aqueduct, and of course Churchill has some races, and even Prairie Meadows is on the scene with the Iowa Breeders' Cup, Derby, and Oaks. So a lot of action going on for sure. But we're going to dial into the Joe Hirsch race in New York. We're going to take a look at that right now. It's race number 5 on the card. It's a Grade 1. Mile and a half, Joe Hirsch Classic turf, right? And the field is compact. It's only 5, and they are all very good. You can pretty much throw a blanket over these. This is going to be about the trip and the pace of the race for sure. So these 5 are good. I'm going to give you my top 2 or 3 picks in here and then just bail out because it's all about Godolphin for me this weekend. We got some really strong opinions, both from a wagering standpoint and from our fantasy stable, of course, our league out there, right? Again, El Cordobés in the Joe Hirsch is our top pick, the number 1 horse. Well, again, Charles Appleby's doing the conditioning. Johnny V is in the orange. This one's by Franco. You can't get any better bloodline than that. And then Sea of the Stars is the grandsire. This one is owned by Godolphin. Wasn't bred by Godolphin. Nilsson actually was the breeder. But Godolphin owns this one. And the first time in the States, the United States, on August 9th up at Saratoga, the Sword Dancer, right? Flavian Pratt was up. It does take note that Flavian Pratt is not riding El Cordobés today. Flavian Pratt is on the Chad Brown runner, Redistricting, and I think that's obligation that he has. That's why he's not on the Godolphin runner, our top pick, the number 1. Well, El Cordobés by Franco, I mentioned that. Charles Appleby, who needs no introduction, obviously, as a international trainer. This 4-year-old is bred top and bottom like all of Godolphin horses, and we're really high on this one. 4 wins from 10 starts, 2 seconds, and 2/3. Haven't raced since 49 days, so should be fit, fresh, and fast in this 1.5 mile event. Should save ground for sure, and has just a beautiful turn of foot. And in the Sword Dancer, you know, he got through late. Beautiful ride by Flavian Pratt on El Cordobés in the Sword Dancer, but he switched back and forwards to his left lead, to his right lead, so he's still learning as well. But I think this one is on the muscle, y'all. Should be fresh, fit, and fast, and I think we're going to get a square price because the other 4 entries in here don't need to apologize either. Top pick, Godolphin, El Cordobés. By the way, there's another Godolphin, the old man, Rebel Romance, is in this race for sure, the number 3 horse. I'm not sure if we're going to put him in it, but we probably will. But our top pick is the first Godolphin, El Cordobés. We're looking for 4 or 5 to 1 on this one, for sure. The number 1 with Johnny V up. The number 2 horse, Redistricting. Well, in the long race, speed is always dangerous because they can lope on the front end and use their run late if they're allowed to settle. And the number 2 horse should get the lead with Flavian Pratt and Chad Brown calling the signals from the trainer's booth for sure. Well, this one has the same record as our 1 horse, El Cordobés, right? 10 starts, 4 wins, and 2 seconds, right? And this one's by Kingsman, who again just bred beautifully. Great Britain breeding and Ireland breeding on the back end, and this horse will be on the lead for a long way as pace numbers are beautiful, as Flavian Pratt on the number 2 is going to try to put these to sleep on the front end. And the longer they go, speed horses become dangerous if they're allowed to get out there and relax on the lead. And I think that's going to be the case with redistricting. Love the pace numbers on this. Love the bloodline. It's Chad Brown. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I think this horse is probably going to be the favorite in this race. But he's going to be my second pick only because he is, you know, the lone speed in a long race for sure. Don't think nobody's going to press number 2 horse. He's going to be loping on the front end a long way for sure. Our third pick, well, a oldie but goodie, Farbridge, right? Yeah, again, needs no introduction. My boy Joel Rosario, Mr. Rolex is in the yards. Have ridden this horse, man, the last 6 or 7 times or something like that. Well, Farbridge is a 5-year-old by the Great English Channel on the back end by Kitten's Joy. You just can't get bred for the turf any better than that. And Miguel Clement is doing the conditioning. 9 wins from 19 starts on Farbridge, right? Anything else need to be said? No. Almost 50% of his starts are wins. 9 from 19. And again, 3 seconds and 3/3 for a cool $2.3 million. So he's our third pick, Farbridge, in here. I got my boy Rosario up. I thought the horse had a little trouble last time. He was bumped at the break. He was wide and all that. So I don't think Joel gave him the best ride. By the way, that was in the Sword Dancers where El Cordobes won the race and Rebel Red ran second. I think Farbridge is going to do far more damage. He was even money that day. He burnt the public's money. He's our third pick in here. And if we were to round out a superfecta in this 5-horse field, you know I'm not going to leave the old man out. The old Godolphin Rebel Romance. Well, the old man just continued to do what he needs to do. 19 wins. Okay? 19 wins from 28 starts. I mean, how good is that? That's well over 50%. This 7-year-old trained by, once again, Charlie Appleby, bred and owned by You Got It, the Silky Blue, right? Of course, this one's in my fantasy club and has always been in there and never gets out of there, like Sovereignty, right? And the Wabi is on the, obviously, the bloodline by the great Street Cry on the back end. Well, need no introduction. We'll put him forth. He'll be coming late and he'll be coming fast. Frankie Dettori got the assignment on the Godolphin old-timer, 7-year-old Rebel Romance, for sure. So there it is, y'all, in the Joe Hirsch, right? We think it's all systems a go with El Cordobes, right? The number 1 horse from the rail. Even though we don't have Flavian Pratt up today, Johnny V needs to apologize. He's the Hall of Famer. He's the old man. He's forgot more about racing than most jockeys know, right? So we love the number 1 horse in this spot for sure. Our second pick, the number 2 horse, who we believe is the speed, which makes him very dangerous in this 1.5-mile event. Flavian Pratt, Chad Brown on redistricting will be on the lead a long way, y'all. He might rock these to sleep if they let him go too slow up front. Our third pick, well, we rounded out with Farbridge. We think you're going to get a better representation. He's probably going to take a bunch of money like he did last time. I believe the number 2 redistricting and number 5 Farbridge will be the favorites and co-favorites respectfully, one way or the other, 2-1, 8-5, 7-5, like that. That's why I think El Cordobes will give us a very square price here. Our third pick, Farbridge, going to run better than he did last time. Depends on how slow they allow Flavian to go on the front end with the 2. And of course, we round out the super with the old Rebel Romance. So for us, 1, 2, 5, 3, just like that. All about Godolphin this weekend for us, y'all. Again, in the Vosburg, we really like the horse in the Vosburg, which is Nash. We thought he had thought he got shuffled at the start. I'm going to do the Vosburg Stakes later, but we think we're going to get a square price there. And at Churchill, not at Churchill, at Santa Anita in the Goodwood, hey, First Mission needs no introduction for sure. And then we got a sneaky Godolphin over there at Remington Park, right? In the 9th race in the Remington Park Oaks. The girls are in town at Remington. Hey, we love Lemon Zest, that Godolphin runner, boy. You're going to surprise a few people with that one. So there it is. It's all about Godolphin this weekend. We're going to parlay. Godolphin. We think they're sitting on a huge weekend this weekend. And we're going to be backing them heavily this weekend for sure. It's all about our Silky Blue. The best in the business that I've ever seen. Judge my side. Judge my farm. They don't play either. My name is Wayne Bolden, El Cordobés. Should be the best, I hope, in this one. Stay classy, y'all, in all that you do. Talk to you real soon. We're going to do a lot of races this weekend, as we're about 5 weeks out from the Breeders' Cup.